Welcome to the Doggie Dojo. My name is Trevor Smith, and today is a great day. We have a great show for you guys today, and I brought my new dog, Yoshi. He's about a 10-month-old border collie, and we've been working together over the past 2 weeks on some behaviors. I brought him along to kind of talk to you guys about something that's extremely important, and I appreciate anybody that's coming on here, whether that be live right now or on a future replay in just a bit here. But I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself. My name's Trevor Smith. I've been training dogs since I was 6 years old. I'm 28 now, and I've been loving my wonderful job as a dog trainer, and I don't look at it as a job because I love it so much. It's my passion. My passion is to help you guys grow closer to your canine companions. So I'm excited. I'm stoked. I'm stoked that you're here today. Hey, how's it going? I appreciate you guys joining on here. I hope you guys have plenty of questions for me, because this is a very controversial or a very discussed topic, and that is, why do we use food to train our dogs? And so, does anybody actually, I have an answer for you, but I would really like to see, because I know this community is really smart, so down below if you guys can let me know, why do people use food to train their dogs? Does anybody know that? Because that seems to be the common thing, is you just stick with food and use your dog's food to train them. So I'm down here on the ground with Yoshi here today because I want to show you guys some things. I'm going kind of I'm almost going Taz here a little bit. If you guys are familiar with Taz, he posts here a lot that we're getting down to level. Hey Avery, thanks for coming on here today. I appreciate you. Feel free, guys, if you hey Taylor, I see that you joined on here. Feel free to comment down below if you have joined us live. But does anybody know why dogs, or why is food so effective when training dogs? Does anybody know why? And not for all dogs. Some dogs really stick their nose up at food. And there's reasons for that. Some, just from genetics, they typically have a little higher drive wanting to use toys instead. Like Yoshi over here, he's brought me a toy already. He's pretty big on toys. And so that's something I have to use for his training. But that's not true for all dogs. And so something I want to talk to you guys today and show you some ways is I'm going to show you guys how to start building value for other types of rewards. Now, to answer my own question here, is the reason that food is so effective, it's what's called a primary reinforcer. Now, it's something that your dog needs to survive with. Your dog, if they go with months without toys, they will still be alive. If they go months without being petted, they'll still be alive. But if they go months without food, that's going to be a problem. So food is something they need to survive. So it already has inherent value. It already has value to it. So food can be very effective while training. So one of the big things you need to do is to use that primary reinforcer to build value for other types of rewards. Hey Melissa, thanks for joining here today as well. Appreciate you guys on here. So what I got here is I got some kibble for his breakfast. Yeah, you know this? So he likes his food, and he really does. And and he's been eating like crazy. Like, this guy has such a high metabolism. He digests food, and it keeps going. Hey Melissa, thanks for saying hi today. Appreciate the smiley face, Taylor. Appreciate that a lot. But yeah, so today we're going to use food to show you guys how to build value for other types of reinforcers, because food shouldn't be always the answer, because food sometimes will fail us when it comes to training. Hello, hey, how's it going? I appreciate you joining on here. So food will fail you at times when training your dog. One of the big things sometimes is food is not going to be something that they're going to want when they're in high drive mode. So when you take them out to a park and there's lots of things moving around, for some dogs like this guy here, when he's in high drive state, when he's very excited, food's not a big deal for him. He's not really big on having food. So we need to use other types of reinforcers. Yeah. So we had a question in the group. What does a primary reinforcer mean? Yeah, so one of the things what it means is that a primary reinforcer is the fact that it's something for him that he needs to survive with. So what we mean by that is without food. Thanks for the question, by the way. Without food, he will not be able to survive. So food will have inherent value because they need to eat to live. So you can use food to build value for other types of reinforcers, and that's why it can be so effective. That's why dogs and people lean on it a lot. Now, my whole thing is you got to be careful with it. You really do, because if you use food to train your dog, it's great, and it's a great way to build value. It's quick, so let me show you a demonstration here real quickly. You all ready for this? Okay, so real quick demonstration. So I got some kibble here, so I'm going to ask him to do some behaviors. Sit. Yes, reward. There we go. Down. Yes, reward. There we go. Let's do stand. Yes, reward. There we go. And then sit. Yes, reward. There we go. So we got 4 behaviors right then and there, really quick, really fast. So he loves toys, and it's something we're working on. So bear with me here for a little bit. So he loves toys. We're going to do the same 4 behaviors with toys and watch the difference. Here. Sit. Yeah, good boy. That's good boy. Very nice. Yeah. Good job. Ready? Down. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Good job. Awesome. Very nice. Good job. Come here. Yeah. You ready? And stand. Come on. He's the one. Yes. There we go. Very good. Very nice. All right. Yeah. You ready? And then let's do down. Yes. There we go. Good. So very nice. Good job. That was really good, buddy. Okay. Good. So does anybody notice the difference? What happened there? Is anybody? It's really hard to see it because he did a really great job of giving me the toy. One of the problems of live streaming. Usually when I would be training this behavior, I would probably not end it that quickly. He's having a little fun over there, though. But can you give that real quick? Come here. I know. You're having a lot of fun with that. So I'm going to replace that with something that's a little less noisy. Yeah, you want that. No, okay. You're being a silly boy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Let's calm down. Ready? Sit. Good boy. There's that. Good boy. All right. I'm going to go ahead and use some food kibble real quickly here. Just calm him down. Here. Sit. Here. Good boy. Relax. Yes. Good relax. Good boy. Okay. So you can see that's another difference, that when you use toys, it gears them up and gets them really fast and really excited. But also it takes time because they have to go get the toy and bring it back, and then you can ask for another behavior, get the toy, bring it back, and then ask for another behavior. So I was hoping to demonstrate there real quickly for you guys that with food, you can go sit, treat, stand, treat, down, treat, sit, treat, right after one another. So it can be a very quick way to train your dog and to build behavior in a fast manner like that. And dogs do like speed and quick and kind of a rhythm. So, but with toys, it can kind of get them out of rhythm because they have to go get the toy. Now we're in a nice closed space in here, so when he turned around, he's only 10 months old. He's a crazy boy. He loves life. He's a great boy though. And one of the things we have been working on with him is actually him, and the reason why I keep grabbing the toy and then giving it back to him and letting him play with it some more, is we have been working with him about bringing me back the toy because he used to try to keep it all the time by himself. So there was a huge success there for him, and right now that he's actually bringing me the toy over and over again, which I appreciate because he didn't have that before. He would like to grab the toy and then run off with it and not bring it back to me. So we've been working on that. And one of the things we did to work on that game, and it also helped build value for toys. He already has a lot of value for toys, but this is a great game, is using a corner like I have set up right here. And this game is by Susan Garrett, or probably lots of other trainers, but it's something that she uses. It's called Cookies in the Corner. But what you can do is if you don't have a retrieve to start off with, and now this isn't quite an easy thing to see on the ground in here, but what you do is you actually take a treat and you throw it into the corner, and you have them go get it, and then when they come back, you reward next to your side. Yes, good job. And you work on the retrieve game with food. So you throw a cookie in the corner. If you're not familiar with Susan Garrett, she's an agility trainer. Yes, good boy. From Canada. And what she basically you're teaching your dog to do is to go get something in the corner and then come back and get rewarded. Get something in the corner. Good job. And then come back and get rewarded. So that's the cookies in the corner game. And I have a couple questions here. How much time do you do on training? Great question. So what's funny enough is that we sometimes look at training as a very huge task. So we task it out and we say, okay, I'm going to at 3 o'clock today train my dog for 30 minutes, which is great. If you can do that, that's awesome. That's great. Train your dog for 30 minutes at 3 o'clock. But what I find what's easiest, and it doesn't take much extra time because I'm already having to feed my dog, is to do it during meal times. And it takes I usually train for about 5 or 10 minutes max, and then I stop. Short training sessions throughout the day are a bit more meaningful than like doing 1 or 2 longer sessions. So 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. So if I did like 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night. That's great. I'm glad you can train that much. But what I find is easier is if you can do even just like 5 to 10 minute sessions 4 times a day. That is actually a little bit more meaningful and keeps the dog a little bit more focused. As we all know, when you start to work your dog for long periods of time, or if you have to work for long periods of time, it can get taxing on the brain. So great question. There we go. I should do that with my 2 girls. Yeah, so this is his kibble. This is what he eats. And so he's learning that, to train with his kibble. So that's a great input, Taylor. So this is something you guys can do with your dog's food and something that we can actually use. Thanks so much for asking some great questions and commenting down below, And thank you guys for the likes as well. I appreciate that. So something you can do with your dog's food, and you don't have to. So one of the things you could do, as soon as you got that cookies in the corner game pretty good, you can add a toy to it. And I like this toy because it's Scooby-Doo. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Scooby-Doo. But what we're going to do is we're going to throw the toy in the corner, and when he comes and brings it back, we're actually going to use food to reinforce it to him, and so we can get the toy again. So this is another way. So we did that earlier with the food, so we actually threw the toy in the corner. Yes, good boy. And when he gives it up, he gets some food. Good boy. Good job. Ready? Yeah. Good job. Yes. Yes. Come here. Good boy. But for him, as you guys can see right now, y'all noticing something with him when it comes to toy versus food, which one has more value? See if you can guess. And I said that earlier in the live stream, so some of you guys may already know the answer, but those that are joining right now, feel free down below in the comments as I do this, which does he like more, food or toy? Come here. Got real excited about that one. Come here. He likes the squeakers. You didn't know that could squeak, did you? Yes. Come here. There you go. Good boy. Yeah, good job. Hey, Yoshi. Come here. Yeah, I know, it's hard. Here. Yes, good boy. Now, I'm not actually going to start, now I'm using a word like come here a little bit and just kind of coaxing him a little bit, but I haven't actually introduced a word like drop yet or give because he hasn't been showing yet a consistent behavior of that. So I want to make sure I have the behavior before I name him. He's getting close, though. Here. He's getting close. Here. You do like that toy. Yoshi. Yes, good boy. Come here. Come in. Come here. It's mine. Come here. Yoshi, come here. Good boy. So, can anyone guess what he likes more of? Totally the toy. Taylor's like, totally the toy. So, food. But yeah, because like, what we'll do here real quickly, just as a fun experiment, as I'll put a toy out and a food out. So I'll show him the food and show him the toy. Let's see. What's he focused on? He's focused on the toy. Come here. Oh, you can't see that, actually. Come here. Come show the people. So you see the food? You see the toy? What's he want me to throw right now? What's he want to do with? So he has a lot of food, a lot of toy drive in him. And that's great. Good boy. That's good. So one of the things I'm doing as well is when he does bring it back to me before I throw it again, I actually go for a collar grab. Because one of the other behaviors that I found that I was struggling with him with, and that he did not like, is he did not like his collar being grabbed. You can see his face a little bit. It's still like, oh, what are you going to do with that collar? He'd actually fight it, and he would not want me to collar. So one of the things I've been doing is actually even pulling it a little bit, like gently pulling it, because if I have to lead him with the collar, I could. But then also just kind of holding it and then giving him some reward. And this is all with his meals. And so this is behaviors you can do. So any behavior that you're struggling with and your dog is having a hard time with, you can actually start to reverse the chain just by using their meals, not spending too much money on expensive treats. But that's good too. So what this that little game, the cookies in the corner, does, it actually builds value, which he already has a lot of, for the toy. Because if he gets the toy, he brings it back, he gets some food. So one of the things that you can do is when you want your dog to start to play with you with food, with toys, is actually have a toy around dinner time, and if they do anything with the toy at the beginning. So if your dogs don't have any toy drive at all, one of the things you can do is even if they nose touch it or put their mouth on it, you can say yes, grab a piece of kibble, and then reward. Just have it in your hand, just have them play with it, try to get them engaged with it, and then as soon as they free, you can get it. As soon as they get it, say yes, and then reward. He loves that toy though. Yeah, you're fine. Come here. Thank you. Good boy. That's great. Woo. He's crazy this morning. So, all right, so you guys get that? So that can help you build value for the toy using food. So if your dog has a high food drive. But for him, it's actually the opposite. That the fact is that the toy is actually more valuable than the food. So I actually have been working on rewarding and getting him to behave for both. So what I'll do is I'll ask him to get a toy real quickly here. And then ask for behavior. Here. Yoshi. Yes, good boy. Good job. Come here. Yes, good boy. And then I'll ask for a behavior with food. Sit. Yes, and reward. And then I'll go back to toy. Now, I actually have, if you saw a cool video earlier this week on this group page with Sarah Carson, she actually had this video, Dancing Dog. Did anybody see that video with the dancing dog, the dancing border collie with the super collies? She's a good friend of mine, and she actually is the one who found this dog, and she can testify for the fact that when she went to go look at him, he actually would not get off of toys, and he would not want to leave a toy alone to get food. So that's one of the things that we've been working on. As you can see, he did pretty good with that. That he actually, even though he just threw a toy, you're a crazy man today, huh? This is our first thing. We had a crazy morning. You saw that we had technical difficulties, so usually I get a chance to train him, but actually I had to take one of my dogs. We had to take one of our dogs to the vet. Wasn't feeling so good, so that's why we had a late start this morning. So I do apologize for the late start, but. Anyway, so that is one of the other games you can do with your dog as Cookies in the Corner, build value for the toy. The other game, the last game, this comes from Ken Ramirez, and something you guys need to probably do with your dogs is how to build value for touch. So what you actually do is the same thing with food, is you actually start to pet your dog in a certain place, whether it be behind the ear, around the neck, something, but very consistent. Somewhere very consistent, then say yes, reward the cookie. There we go, good job. Now it's just a whole handful of his food, but pet, yes, reward with food. So that way it starts doing, and what happens is that when they get petted, they have an expectation of getting the food. So he's a dork. He's a goofball. He's very adorable. So what we're actually doing is that down the road, we can actually, if we build over this, it'll probably take at least a month to really start to build value for. He's actually starting to get it a lot already. Is that that in a month's time, that if I'm at a park and he's just going crazy, like he is so high driving, he's not eating food. Has anybody ever gone to take your dog for a walk and you'll give them a treat for doing a behavior and they just stick their nose up at it, even if they haven't had breakfast or dinner, and they're just totally not into it? So that is what becomes a problem, is that some dogs, when they're in that mode, that high excitement phase, that they won't take food, they won't eat food. And so what can happen is you're asking for sit, you're asking for attention, you're asking for come, and they're doing all these behaviors, but they're just not going to eat food. Well, how are you rewarding them for those good behaviors? Well, you're not. And what can happen, they can degrade those behaviors and they can start to weaken. So one of the things to do, practice as a game for your dog, is to actually start to involve pets into your training. So one of the things you can actually do for this, real quickly here, is you can actually say, sit, yes, pet with the hand, get some food, and give him some food. Cool? So that's one of the things you can do to start building value. So when I get him out to a park eventually, and I don't have food, or food's not being effective for him, he can still be rewarded by pet and touch without me having to use food. So that's something you guys can actually start practicing now. This is from Ken Ramirez. If you're not familiar with Ken Ramirez, go look it up on Google. You'll be amazed. He's trained butterflies to fly on cue. He's he trained a bunch of dogs to find sea turtle eggs and saved thousands of sea turtles through one of his projects. He's just done so many amazing things. He's a very smart person. He has a course on Karen Pryor Clicker Academy called Smart Reinforcement. I'm hoping maybe to get that for Christmas. So it's a really good program that he has on there. So yes, good boy, that's good. So that way your dog can start using other types of reinforcers. So my challenge to you is this: 2 quests this week, okay? A, take your dog's food in the food bowl and don't give him the food bowl. But here you go, buddy. But give him food out of your hand. Now you can keep here. Now what's been really cool is right over here I have this little table, and I've been keeping his food actually right here. He could go eat the food right now, but he's actually learning to get rewarded from me and not going to self-reward himself on the food. So he's having a little impulse game here as well. So I don't I don't expect you guys to try that out necessarily, because that can be very difficult in the beginning. You know, in the beginning I had it a little bit higher, and so he learned that the food comes from my hand and that he doesn't self-reward himself out of the bowl. He tried for a couple times, but we just didn't allow it. We didn't do anything bad. We didn't hurt him. We didn't punish him. We didn't do anything like that. We just, you know, made him learn that, you know, it has to come from me. And that's great, because then they start building a bond with me and less with the bowl. And this is something I want you guys to do. And when I ask you to do this, I caution you, because I don't want you to think that your dog doesn't love you, because they probably still do. But one of the things I would challenge you to do is, if you have a handful of kibble and you're asking your dog to do behaviors and they aren't listening to you and they aren't wanting to behave, but then you pull out a bowl of food and your dog does listen to you and does want to behave, the value is for the bowl and not necessarily for you. So you have to build value for you. As number one in your dog's life is building value for you. And so that's what I've been working with him on, kind of building some value exercises for me, using his food to build a relationship with me, and not letting him build a relationship with the dog food bowl more than me. Okay? So that's one of the things I challenge you guys to do. You know, the other quest too is to start to build other types of reinforcers. So you can play the cookies in the corner game, or you can play that pet game I just showed you, but build value for other types of reinforcers. So don't just focus on food. You know, try to get your dog to play with toys, and try to get your dog to use to be able to touch reinforcement. So, two questions for you guys: use your dog's food to build value for you, and also to build value. The second quest: build value for an alternative reward, which is either right now, we have others we can talk about later. Right now is toy or touch. Thanks, guys, for watching here on the Doggie Dojo Show. I had a great time with you guys. I'm sorry I was a little bit late, but it seems like we caught a few more people, which was really cool to see. So I appreciate you guys all joining on here, and I really had a great time with you guys. Thanks for the comments down below. If you have any more questions, please do so. If I missed a question, because the stream kind of goes up, and I kind of can't see it after a while. So if I missed a question from you guys, let me know right now. Leave a comment down below, and I will jump back on, and I will answer it, whether on a text reply, or I might do a video reply or something like that. So feel free to watch me on other shows that I do on my Doggie Dojo Facebook page, facebook.com/DoggieDojo. I also have a YouTube page, youtube.com/TheDoggieDojo, and an Instagram, instagram.com/TheDoggieDojo. And those, I'm excited because some of you guys are part, and you guys can get in by, if you get in tomorrow, go on my website, www.thedoggiedojo.com. There's still time. I see Avery is on it, but so make sure that you guys are too. But I have a program right now called the Dog Ninja program right now, and we're working through a couple belts. So we have a white belt that we're working on right now, and starting next week we start on our green belt. So get excited. And some of you guys, congratulations for getting your white belt done already, and I appreciate you guys so much. So if you want to check out more information on that, you can go to www.thedoggiedojo.com. And I thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next week at the normal time, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Appreciate you guys so much, and thanks for watching. Have a great day. Have some fun with your dog, and we'll see you next week.